I think people write best from what they know. When I was writing my play, I thought back to my grandmother. You know how she'd drive? By looking at the expression on the passenger's face.
The main thing I do is just ask myself a lot of questions. I have lists of questions that I ask myself, you know, how does this character see himself? How do other characters see this person?
You need to not think of each character in isolation. You need to think of your whole pool of characters as an ecosystem and think about what pressures each of them put on the other.
The thing about character development that's important is to give us moments to show where they're starting and how they're learning and then how they're growing. And it only takes 3 scenes to do that, right?
Character development is really interesting. In some ways it feels organic. I try to let the characters speak to me. I know that seems a little mystical.
I try to base characters with an element of truth and familiarity of someone I really know. A friend who had funny quirks, a relative, a neighbor.
Unique characters come from flaws and quirks and, you know, kind of shades of gray. Once you have a character that has some of those, that feels real, your central character, finding those other characters that will push that character out of his or her comfort zone, speak a truth to them that they won't listen to, and show, you know, bring out the flaws in your character, they all kind of build from there. And then you can ask yourself those same questions about those characters as well and build them out.
If you think of it rather than a list of characters, but as a wheel with your central character in the middle and then spokes that come out that are the other characters in the story, ask yourself how each of those secondary characters puts a different challenge, pressure, demand, whatever, on your main character, and that will also help you to develop both your main character and your secondary characters.
Say they're afraid of dogs, right? In the first scene, you have to show that they're afraid of dogs. Somewhere in the middle of the movie, you have to show that they're not necessarily, like they're trying to get over that, but they're not sure. And then in the climax, they have to confront the dog. You've got a very clear line of character development there because you've seen it over the course of the story. That rule of 3 is really your friend when helping with character development.
Look at people around you. Sometimes just sit and people watch with a notebook.